Hi everyone, I'm Elfowls, and welcome back to the LDLG Max Division, Season 15. We are up to Week 4 now, actually. I'm sitting at 2-1 after 3 weeks. In my last match, actually kind of got saved a little bit by some good luck and a good slow bro. So go check that out if you want. It was a very, very fun game. But here we're just going to get right into our match against Malice and the Iowa Coaches. This is looking like a pretty good team. Iron Treads, Enamorous, Vaporeon, Terra Jolteon, Cinderace, Dragalge, Hariyama, Mismagius, Hoopa U, the Terra Titan, and Terra Abomasnow. It is another weather team to match our Sun. I do think Sun has a pretty good matchup against Snow in general, but consider that Abomasnow and Titan can Terra, so it could change the matchup on its head a little bit. We'll see. As for threats, though, this team is kind of all over the place outside of that Snow core. You have Iron Treads and Enamorous, which are both very, very good at the top. And then you have, Vaporeon and Jolteon, which you think of as kind of just generic special attackers. They're not just that. Vaporeon has some nice defensive sets. Jolteon's a good pivot. They both have Calm Mind, which I definitely had to consider. So that was definitely something to keep in mind. Outside of that, Cinderace is threatening, but Torkoal actually handles it okay, and so do a few other things on my team. And then the other things, the Dragalge and the Hariyama and Hoopa, they're actually decent ways to keep Chi-Yu in check. Hariyama has the thick fat with a fighting typing to resist the dual stabs. Dragalge's very specially bulky, and Hoopa is also pretty specially bulky. So Titan even too could be used not as a snow sweeper, but as a Terra Fairy or something with thick fat as a defensive mon. I could see that being a reasonable option. So definitely some like a bit of a defensive backbone to work through here if I want to get my Sun offense going. Those are kind of the main things that I'm worried about. So, without further ado, just going to go straight to my team, where I did start the Sun Core with Torkoal. Pretty standard as always. I do want this to be doing good damage to a couple of fire weaknesses on my opponent's team. It forces Abomasnow out of its Terra, or into its Terra rather, which could be nice. It actually can take a standard Iron Treads Earthquake, and we have a good shot at KOing back with Flamethrower. So that's good. Earthquake is just for Cinderace mostly. The Will-O-Wisp is just nice for spreading burns, and Rapid Spin is, as our hazard remover. We do have a few rock weaknesses on the team, including Torkoal itself, so making sure rocks stay off the field is kind of nice. Pretty standard defensive Sunsetter, same song and dance as always. So moving on, we actually have Walking Wake, which is not running a super offensive set this time. It's still offensive, but no boosting item or anything. Instead, we're going with Eject Pack, which could get me out of some bad matchups while still getting good damage off with a Draco Meteor. I'm thinking like maybe the Dragalge is spec'd to take a Draco Meteor and then KO back with its own Dragon move. I could get out of there. I could Draco on a Vaporeon switching, which I think Vaporeon is the big thing stopping Walking Wake this time. Just Draco out on it and then switch to something that threatens it, prevent it from trying to heal up. But if the Draco Eject is used, Walking Wake's still pretty good. Hydro Steam, Vaporeon excluded, does do pretty good damage into the team. You have Flamethrower, which is of course damaging those ice types, and Dragon Tail is kind of the filler move at the end to punish any Calm Mind attempts by the Vaporeon. If we're in against that. We are speed boosting in Sun, Walking Wake, and this is to help with speed control. We outspeed pretty much everything on the team, not expecting Cinderace or Jolteon to be Scarfed, and we will still outspeed a +1 Iron Treads and a Scarf Enamorous, so we act as some pretty good offensive control there. Moving on, we got the Slitherwing, which is also speed control. It's a Scarf as well. So we have Scarf U-Turn, which is kind of my main way of, if it ends up being a Scarf Hoopa, we outspeed that every time, and we U-turn to KO it. We actually, KO a lot of offensive stuff that would be unsuspecting a Scarf. U-turn is, of course, for that Hoopa. Close Combat takes care of the Iron Treads after a little bit of chip. Wild Charge for the Enamorous after some chip. Earthquake for the Cinderace, and yeah, it's a pretty good set with good coverage. I hope to catch my opponent off guard with it a little bit, just get that speed boost, especially in Sun. If we are outspeeding and we click the right super effective move, we just do so much damage, and I'm excited to use that. Next up, we got Tinkaton, which is a very defensive set. This is my main Hoopa switch in because it doesn't have that much for us. I have enough defense to take a banded Fire Punch outside of Sun, or a regular Fire Punch in Sun from that thing. I have enough speed to outspeed max speed Modest Vaporeon, which might also creep a Titan that's not quite fully invested in speed. And we have just general bulk outside of that. You know, the bulk to switch into things such as, let me pull it up here. Miss Magius, we can switch in on that. Dragalge, we're actually a pretty good switch in on that as well. And this is my best switch into an Enamorous Moonblast. So we're kind of checking a lot of things. It's kind of a blanket check. As for the set, Player Off and Gigaton Hammer are stabs, and they get pretty decent coverage in the matchup. Knockoff is good utility as always, hits the Iron Treads as it's coming in, and I expect that to be the switch in. And Encore is yet another way to punish Calm Mind attempts by the Vaporeon. I am definitely concerned about that, but it definitely just punishes any non-offensive moves that Tinkaton doesn't care about. We can lock something in and knock off the switch. So that's the plan there. Moving along, we have Kilowattrel with Heavy Duty Boots, Terra Water actually, and this is kind of my Cinderace and Iron Treads check. It switches into Iron Treads pretty well, save for a potential Ice Spinner, but we can take it, assuming it's not too offensive. And we do beat the Iron Treads with a potential Weather Ball, which I think was pretty fun. Cinderace, we can Terra Water, and we make for a pretty good switch into it. We don't hit it super effectively with anything, but Volt Switch and Air Slash just do solid damage. We outspeed everything neutrally. Just a good offensive Pokemon for the matchup. This is definitely an offensive-leaning team. I wanted to just get my hits going, you know? It's a Sun team. And speaking of which, lastly, we have Chi-Yu. I was really debating between this and Hatterene for the last slot. Hatterene can use Calm Mind to kind of boost alongside other things, makes itself a specially defensive tank, but I just thought it was a little too passive for the team style I'm going with, so I ended up with Chi-Yu rocking a Modest Nature and a Shuka Berry. We actually can kind of lure the Iron Shreds and the Enamorous with Earth Power. So if we can bait those into trying to take us out early, then I can potentially get a KO on either of those things. And that's kind of the main goal. Outside of that, it's just a generic offensive set. Fire Blast, of course, in Sun is so hard to switch into. Dark Pulse is coverage for the Vaporeon and, you know, potentially the Dragalge or something, as well as like a Terra Water or Abomasnow, which is what I would expect. And you have Psychic, which a lot of my opponent's potential answers to Chi-Yu are weak to Psychic. You have the Thick Fat Hariyama and the Dragalge, so it could catch them. And Taunt is the last move of choice, because I expect Vaporeon to be a major switch into this thing, and if we can Fire Blast it in Sun on the switch, or just Dark Pulse it on the switch, we can Taunt, because I expect to just do something defensive, like heal up on the next turn, and then continue chipping away with Dark Pulse. If Chi-Yu can take out Vaporeon or get it low, then Walking Wake becomes a lot better in the matchup. So that's kind of the plan. That's the team that I'm going with, so I will see you guys in the battle. Let's go. Okay, we are here in the battle. Let's see what we got. Okay. We got Hoopa, Hariyama, Vaporeon, Iron Treads, Jolteon, and Enamorous. No core today, makes enough sense. So I think I am just going to lead Torkoal. These burns are pretty expected. I guess I wasn't quite expecting Jolteon, but I understand why it's here. It's a good fast mon. But yeah, I really want Torkoal's Sun to really get my team going on the right foot. Alright. Good luck, have fun to Malice. And the Iowa Cub Chews, I believe. Oh boy. That is an Iron Treads lead. Okay. Alright, I hope I picked the right music here. Okay, so Treads against Torkoal. If it's offensive, Earthquake does like just over half, and Flamethrower kills it. Am I willing to take that risk? What also I need Torkoal for? There's no Cinderace! Oh my gosh. Yeah, let me try the Flamethrower. There's the music. Yeah, if there's no Cinderace, Torkoal doesn't really have anything else to check. So... I'm looking... Yeah, this is what I want Torkoal to do. It's getting its rocks up, makes sense. And maybe I can clear them out after this, but we'll see. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. It did half. So, here you're realizing I'm meant to stay in, right? You would think. I think Kilowattrel is a good switch in here, because I'm probably baiting an Earthquake now. And Torkoal's health might be useful later. Then again, I was willing to take an Earthquake. I could just do it again. I don't know. I'm gonna go to Kilowattrel just to be safe. Rocks are unfortunate. I actually realized that I don't have my own rocks this battle a little too late, but it's okay. Especially with no Snow Core. Yeah, there's the Earthquake. Okay. So... I'm gonna Weather Ball, I think. Because you're switching to that would be Hariyama, I guess, but Hariyama doesn't want to fight off a Kilowattrel, I don't think. Let's do it. Okay, there's a withdraw into what? That is... Oh, Jolteon. Oh, okay. Let's see what kind of Jolteon this is. That did like 40, maybe? Weather Ball and Sun. That should be doing a lot more to an offensive variant. That looks... bulky? Yeah, it looks pretty bulky. So I think I'm going to Terra because I'm expecting Terra Ice here, and I'll Weather Ball again. I kind of want my damage on this. Yep. Terra Ice? There it is. Alright. Please tell me I actually clicked Terra here. I thought I did. Yeah, we're good. Alright, this is gonna kill them. And I don't think there's anything you can do to me. Because I'm expecting this to be a Terra Blast. Yep. Alright, Kilowattrel is now going to be the fastest thing on the field, theoretically. Okay. There's a Weather Ball. And first KO of the match goes to Kilowattrel. Jolteon's down. That's kind of a relief. Kilowattrel's looking pretty good this game, I'll be honest. I don't know about this music choice, folks. I really thought it would just be like the normal gym leader music, but it's cycling through like the intro and then the normal one, and then like the final Pokemon on the field one. Did not realize that would happen. But I assume you send out like Hoopa here. It's pretty specially bulky. I'm happy about anything else, I think. Tried KO, Enamorus. Enamorus chose it as Scarf. There's Hoopa. So, Tinkaton is kind of my Hoopa check. Is it doing anything else for me? It would be beating... kind of beating Enamorus. So I think I am going to go with Tinkaton here. This is why I brought it. Unfortunately, the reason I hesitate is because Banded Fire Punch just KOs so much. But I really don't have much else. Kilowattrel's so useful. If it's a Scarf, I don't want to lose it. Alright, so we switch in on the... What do you got? Dark Pulse. Down to 126. Specs. Dark Pulse. That looks kind of specs to me, I think. Unfortunately, I think that, ooh, what if I double switched out here to you? Because I think that Iron Shred switches in every time here, because I don't have anything to do to it. I can't even knock off because it already lost its item. I'm trying to see if that was specs. It looks like it was, because it did basically a little over 50 points of damage. Yeah, it's specs. I'm gonna double switch out here to Kabu. Slitherwing. I hope this isn't a mistake. Okay, yeah, there it is. Alright, good double, good double. Iron Shreds? Yes, alright. So now the question becomes, what do we do here? Because close combat is gonna KO the Iron Shreds, but Enamorous switch in is like rough, bro. How much should we do to Enamorous anyway? With Slitherwing, Enamorous. Close combat in Sun actually does about a third. I might take that damage. It's unfortunate. I really want a wild charge, but gosh, I don't know. I'll CC here. Yeah, that makes sense. We can at least get some chip on the Enamorous. Ah, I should have done it. I really should have done it. I just didn't want to be that risky. Okay, that's good damage, right? Like, that's... Oh, that's crit. Sorry about that. Unfortunate. Leftovers, huh? Okay. If this is like a Calm Mind variant, I can always come back in later with you and click Wild Charge. So I'm not too concerned yet. Earth Power looks kind of free, huh? Oh man, I could attempt to go back into Hammer Time. I'll do it. Okay, well we know Hoopa's sucks, so I can at least make sure I outspeed it with most things. So that's alright. There's the Earth Power. Good call, good call. Alright, I think I have to lose Pinkerton here. Unfortunate, because I don't really have a great switch into the Hoopa anymore. And is this thing worth keeping around? Maybe. I want to switch into you. But I also want to make sure that a Wild Charge actually takes it. Looks like max HP. Wild Charge should still take it. Moonblast would be such an incredible read on your part. No way you're doing that, right? 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 What HP are you at? Oh, okay. I'm gonna do it. It's a risk. Don't Moonblast, please. Yeah, this is the risk of playing with an offensive team here. I don't have switch-ins. Earth Power? Yes, okay. Alright. Okay, Wild Charge a kill here, it just depends. Do they think that I'm gonna be Scarfed in Wild Charge? I really want this. Let's see if you take the bait. Because I'm kind of doubting you do, but this is too... Yes! Okay! Nice! Wild Charge KO. On the Namorous. Alright, that's good. Oh, you get to switch Iron Treads in here for free, because now you know that I'm Scarfed. Yep. Not even much I can do. Because I could go... Actually, how much does Kilowatts will take from, like, an Earthquake? Iron Shreds. I don't think I've seen this thing attack yet. So I don't know how much investment it has. It looks to be... From the flamethrower damage, I think it was more offensive than bulky. Terra and Earthquake does... quite a bit, I'll admit. But, like, with Enamorous gone, Kilowatts is still nice for, what do you call it? The Hariyama. Oh, but so is Tinkaton. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I'll go Kilowatt Roll. It's fine. I have to sack something off, I think. For taking out the Enamorous, I think worth it. You're an Iron Head. Oh, I really expected to go down there. Iron Head did that much. So I'm actually thinking it might not be that invested. I am not paying quite enough attention to calcs, unfortunately, right now. Might be in my best interest just to Air Slash and chip this thing down. Yeah. Could get flinches, I guess. And you also don't know that I'm not Terra Blast. That's a good point. Okay. Maybe I can flinch it down. Ooh, okay. Maybe I can flinch it down? Okay, yeah, that's it. Alright. That's cool. My options to KO this become like Wake, which definitely KOs. Slitherwing also does it. Yeah, those are my two options, honestly. Do you save Iron Treads here? Because I could Draco, but that feels kind of dumb. Oh, man. I think going Wake and Flamethrower is fine. I don't really want to take that much more chip on Slitherwing, although it doesn't matter that much, right? Yeah, let's go Wake. Because I can pretty safely Flamethrower here. Wow, Walking Wake is so big. But yeah, I'm going to Flamethrower, see what the switch-in is. Okay. Is it Vaporeon? Looks like it. Yep, let's actually check this. Walking Wake against Vaporeon. We do just slightly more than Leftovers, which is like maybe 13 to 14%. So we know that it's not specially defensive in that case. It's probably physically defensive. I bet it's Calm Mind. So with that in mind, I'm gonna Dragon Tail. Oh. Oh, Baton Pass. Okay. Okay, I was expecting a Calm Mind, but, you know, I get a free hit. Not a very strong hit, but a free hit on something. That is the Treads. This probably doesn't KO, right? No. Oh my gosh, look at that percent left. 2% maybe? Fine. What do you got? It's the Hariyama. Actually, one thing I would kind of be interested in seeing is, like, I would Draco this, and then we get to see if it's like Assault Vest. Because if it's Assault Vest, it's like the standard Assault Vest set I found was max Spadef, max attack with the Assault Vest. Should be doing like 35 to 40. So I can test that right now. Bring in like Torkoal. Yeah, that looks like Assault Vest. And what do I want to do? I could go Hammer Time expecting the Play Rough, but you could be just going for a fighting move, in which case, not a great spot, actually. Like, I kind of need you. Well, if you go for close combat and take me out, I don't think you're going for Headlong, that doesn't make that much sense. If you go for close combat and take me out, then you're at lower defenses, so... Ah, man, it's tough. But I think I am going to do it. What does it have for me? I'm probably going down here. Let's see. Knockoff? Oh, cool. Yeah, I'll take a knockoff. From here, I think knockoff could be very productive. Because you're probably switching out here in the Play Rough. Yeah, and knockoff takes out the Iron Shreds, which I think you're going to switch in here. I know Play Rough does more. Maybe I should have done that. But yeah, okay. I was like, this thing's too valuable. That is the Iron Shreds. That thing's finally going down. Good. Wish that the Dragon Tail took it out so that this wasn't available as a sack. Alright, and now, I mean, Hoopa might outspeed me. I have, like, some speed investment. Which means that if it's not that speed invested, I do outspeed it and potentially go for, like, a Gigaton or a knockoff. It's a tough situation for you, I think. Okay, there is Vaporeon. Okay. You used Baton Pass, so I am willing to bet that you don't have much for, like, Calm Minding and stuff. Probably has to be Baton Pass, Wish, Surf maybe, and, like, maybe Protect from that. Knockoff is just so nice, though. Do I have enough to deal with the Hariyama? If I let Tinkaton go down here is the question. Let's try it. I'm gonna knock off. I think I can deal with it. So the wing's still up. Okay. Ice Beam. Does that kill me? Oh, it does. Okay. So it has Ice Beam Baton Pass so far. Okay. What is it, like? Ice Beam, Baton Pass, Wish, Surf? I don't deal with this thing amazing either, honestly. I think I almost need to go Torkoal and just get Sunset up again. I should have just switched it in immediately. I'm almost tempted to go Rapid Spin here, and then swap out. How much does Vaporeon Surf do to me? That's a good question. These Assault Vest Mons. That Hariyama in the back, it's just killing me. I will go ahead and spin. Okay, you're gonna Baton Pass. Fair enough, I guess. Actually, a little confused about that. Could have gotten some decent damage. What's that? That's the Hoopa. Oh, Specs Hoopa. Right. So you revealed that you were going for Dark Pulse last time you were in? Is it Chi-Yu time? Hoopa does get Focus Blast, yes. Chi-Yu. Chi-Yu looks really valuable in the end here, though. Let's take a look at Walking Wake, how well you take a hit. Dark Pulse we might live, Psychic we probably don't, and Focus Blast we do. And Walking Wake is honestly not all that useful from this point. So I'm going to sack that potentially on the Specs move. What do you have for us? I could have sacked Torkoal, I guess. I don't know. It's a Dark Pulse. I should be okay. Nope, I'm not. Unfortunate. Okay. Actually, I think... Actually... Slither can revenge here. Obviously, U-turn just KOs the Hoopa 4 times over. Against Hariyama... Let's assume max HP. U-turn is resisted. I forgot about that. I'm gonna go U, though. And now, slithering against the Hoopa. Let's take a look at that spec set again. Does close combat clean up from here? It's saying here that max HP Hoopa takes 85 to 100. From there, it might be a roll. Let's try it, though, I think. Yeah. Okay, you're gonna withdraw into what? I don't think much can take this, actually. Yeah, that's gonna go down. Okay. Ooh, nice damage. Okay, so I have to think about this. Vaporeon's down. 3-2 game. What are you switching in? It shouldn't be Hoopa. I mean, Hariyama takes how much? Oh, I didn't even have that sun boosted calc either, so... Oh, Hoopa is gonna come in. It's still sunny. So... Oh, sorry. Hoopa. Unbound. Max HP. In Sun. Absolutely goes down to close combat. Yeah. Oh my gosh, Slitherwing putting in the work. And finally, Hariyama is left. Ah. Love this bug. Alright. Max HP. Sun is up. Close combat does 81 minimum. We got this, I think. How much? We're at -2 defense. How much does like a fake out or a bullet punch do? Good catch. And also, how many turns of sun do I have left? 4. Okay. So I think what I actually do here, because yeah, that does a lot. That fake out could kill me. I'm gonna go Chi-Yu, or potentially sacking it. Because I don't want to go down to a combination of fake out and bullet punch. That could be an actual thing that happens. Okay, it goes for... Oh, wait. That's bad. Wait a second. Did I throw? Oh my god, I think I threw. Okay, hold on, hold on. Sun boosted, close combat. Oh my gosh, no! I didn't think about Drain Punch. No, 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 no. Ah, nuts. Alright. I should have just done it. I should have just done it. Okay, here is the thing. Hariyama to Torkoal. Why do you go for Drain Punch anyway? Maybe you thought it was just over. Okay, I think what I do here is I CC with Slitherwing, and then I should be able to take with Torkoal, maybe? Because the question here is I could U-turn instead with Slither. And that deals enough. Drain Punch to me does... Drain Punch to me won't kill. So there's no way you Drain Punch, right? Oh my gosh. What about a Drain Punch from -1? Well, I'm at -1. Drain Punch probably takes me out. Oh my gosh. Tell me I didn't just lose to this. Oh, that's a big throw. Alright, I just have to go for it. Are you baited or something? Yeah, okay. Ice Punch? Wait, why? Okay. I can't believe it comes down to Torkoal. But I think... I should have U-turned, yeah. I think... Earthquake should be outdoing its damage output, right? I think I still have this. Oh gosh. I should have just CC'd the first time. It was a big mistake, and now the game's really close. Drain Punch? Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's good. If that's your best move into me... Oh, I should take that with an Earthquake, right? Yes! Oh my gosh. I still won. Oh, man. That was a close one. I almost threw that. Okay, well, GG to Malice. That was certainly a game. But good stuff to Slitherwing. Should have just close combated at the end there, but that's fine. It worked out, I guess. Alright. Yeah, good game. I think that the game plan worked out decently well. I'm not actually sure if the Hariyama was Assault Vest or if it was... It must have been. But these Assault Vest users, man, they're giving me a little bit of trouble. My Chi-Yu Walking Wake team. Glad Slitherwing was able to help with that. That's good. So yeah, that is gonna be it for week 4. A 1-0 victory to get ourselves up to 3-1 for the season. Loving that. So yeah, I'll see you guys for week 5 next time. Looking forward to it. See ya.